Bhad Bhabie, she recently appeared on a show where she said all the men who joined her OnlyFans should be placed in jail. Because although she was of legal age, she said those men should be punished for subscribing to her because she had only been 18 for a couple of days before joining. Yeah, I know. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Bhad Bhabie, also known as Danielle Bregoli, is a rapper, social media personality, and internet sensation who rose to fame in 2017. She was born March 26, 2003 in Boynton Beach, Florida, to her parents Barbara Ann Bregoli and Ira Peskowitz. She was raised by her single mother, while her father, who worked in law enforcement, raised his other kids with his wife in Florida. Barbara Ann raised Danielle without boundaries and discipline, so by the time she was a teenager, she was completely out of order. So out of order, in 2016, Barbara Ann reached out to the Dr. Phil show for help with Danielle's rebellious and disrespectful behavior. At the time, Danielle was 13 years old when she made her debut on national television, where her troubling behavior was addressed. During the episode, she was seen arguing with her mother and being confrontational with Dr. Phil. She expressed frustration with her mother's rules and a desire to live with her father instead. She also wanted to be famous. Well, after the airing of the show, her wish to become famous would be granted, however, at the expense of totally destroying any possibility of getting closer to her father. We'll talk about that more in a second, but the Dr. Phil episode quickly went viral after a clip of her telling the audience, "Catch me outside, how about that?" was shared widely on social media.
And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
She's talking about the audience, that they're laughing at her.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of
Yep. Catch me outside, how about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside, how about that?
The phrase became a catchphrase and Bhad Bhabie became a viral sensation overnight, gaining millions of followers. Her newfound popularity was used to launch her rap career, becoming the youngest female rapper to ever appear on the Billboard Hot 100 with her debut single in 2017. She was signed to Atlantic Records, released a mixtape, went on tour, had a bunch of features from popular rappers to help solidify her because she didn't have much talent. Bhad Bhabie ended up launching a makeup brand and even appeared on her own reality show. On April 1st, 2021, 6 days after her 18th birthday, Bhad Bhabie opened an OnlyFans account, earning over $1 million in revenue in her first 6 hours. This included over $757,000 in subscriptions, $267,000 from message payments, and $5,000 in tips. She later demonstrated evidence of earnings of more than $50 million within 1 year, which a lot of people didn't believe, but Bhad Bhabie, she pulled out her receipts to show the proof. Within her first year, her gross was over $52.8 million. Her net over $42.3 million. That's from April 1st, 2021, when she started the account, to April 25th, 2022. That's $16.6 million from subscriptions, $161,000 in tips, and $25.5 million in messages. Not sure what she's earned since April 25th, 2022, but how many people earned $52 million in a little over a year? And she got this money from men. Now she's quickly approaching 2 years since her "I'm about to be 18 years old" countdown, where she promoted herself to men, teasing her account, and now she's out here saying those same men are predators and should be in jail. We're talking about the men who gave her $52 million in a year. Number one, how is it all of a sudden a problem for her? I'll tell you what's going on. It's a great chance that her OF revenue is decreasing. Those men unsubscribed, and now they're on to the next, spending money with a new it girl, because Bhad Bhabie, that's how the game goes. She had her time, made her $52 million from these men, and since you believe they should all be in jail, Danielle, I'm assuming you're saying there was a crime committed. You know, the only way they could go to jail is if they committed a crime. And Danielle, if they committed a crime and you are the one who profited from it, are you ready to refund them that $52 million? I think we all know the answer to that. Yeah. Honestly, Bhad Bhabie, I don't want to hear it. I do believe those men who paid her all of that money are much older than her, because I just can't imagine a young guy her age being that interested in her, interested enough to throw money at her like this. But let's be clear, Danielle was 18 years old at the time that she made that account. She was not a kid. She was of legal age. So anyone subbing to her, they did not commit any crimes. This whole criminal narrative that she's trying to pull, like she's a Me Too victim, cut it out. This is why I say this all the time. Guys really have to watch out. These women can be down one day and change their minds the next day. You can have a woman in her 20s, sleeping with the football team, the staffers, and everybody. It could have been consensual in 2022, but in 2032 or 2042, they could change up their whole story. And when they do, everyone will believe them. Women will believe them. Other men will also believe them. Look at Bhad Bhabie. It's been less than 2 years. And look at how she's talking now. They usually do this when they get older, over 30. They start changing up stories. But this woman is barely 20 and she's already doing it. She signed up for the account legally. She agreed to the terms and conditions. She put herself out there and she collected that money. Purchased cars, a $6 million house. Of course, she's been taking care of Barbara Ann, who's been so happy to pimp her daughter out. Her father, Ira, wanted none of this. He been gave up on fighting with Barbara a long time ago. According to him, Bhad Bhabie's mama was alienating him. And when Danielle went on Dr. Phil, that was his first time seeing his daughter's bad behavior. He was very angry about her appearance on the show. He didn't condone it at all. He said, when I first saw the Dr. Phil episode, I had no idea. I just thought, wow, that's my daughter. I could see that even though I helped create her, those weren't my qualities. They weren't my traits. That's not the way you raise a child. I would never allow her to speak that way, act that way. But I had no part in that. I had absolutely no part in it, in her upbringing. And if I did, we wouldn't be where we are now. Ira said that after watching the show, he tried to get his daughter the help that she needed, even putting her on his health insurance, and found a placement for her in a rehabilitation program to address her drug and behavioral issues. Her father said his goal was to always get Danielle the help that she truly needed, not on some television show with Dr. Phil, not prancing around town half-dressed, with paparazzi chasing her and malicious lies to media outlets to try to gain popularity. He said, I wanted to be able to help Danielle in a nurturing and normal atmosphere that a child will go through, not through this nonsense. And by the way, her dad sounds like a level-headed man. He's provided a stable family for his wife, and they raised their kids they have together. According to him, it was Barbara who not only alienated him, but she didn't want him to have her, and she brainwashed Danielle as well. He did not want his daughter on television or social media. He did not want her signed to a record label, cursing and releasing rap music at 14 and 15 years old. He wanted her out of the limelight, but of course, her mother and everyone else around her wanted her to be there because they used her to make money and fund their own lifestyles. However, after all of the legal battles, where her father kept getting blocked from seeing her, he said he had no choice but to give up his fight, and he had his name taken off of Danielle's birth certificate. He signed away his rights, which allowed her mother to manage her career the way that she wanted to, without having to listen to her father, who she did not want involved at all. It sounds like her mother has done everything she could to stand in the way of them having a relationship. He raised his kids in his house the right way and was totally against the way that Barbara Ann was raising Danielle. And now that she's grown, there's nothing that he can do about it. Danielle, Bhad Bhabie, whatever, she doesn't have any guidance from a man. All she ever had was her dysfunctional mother, which I spoke about before. Her mother is extremely toxic, according to Bhad Bhabie herself, and she's been pimping her for the longest while leaving voicemails on her father's phone talking about he will never have her. She told Danielle's father she's mine. Yeah, she told Danielle's father, quote, she's mine. This is what a mother said to a father about his daughter. She destroyed their relationship, and there's no amount of money that can replace that. It looks like Bhad Bhabie temporarily deleted her account. She got into an accident on Saturday, January 28th. She went online to tell fans about it. She was really shaken up about it. She thanked God that she was not driving because she said she would not know what to do. The Shade Room posted it and everybody started dragging her. It was reported as a near-fatal car accident, and although she's okay physically, she told everyone that her Bentley was totaled. So I'm happy that she made it out of that accident, but this is a prime example of oversharing. People drag celebrities a lot, especially ones like Danielle. You wouldn't be upset with people's reaction if you would have kept that information to yourself. You didn't have to share that. But hey, I guess that's what Instagram celebrities do. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think about Bhad Bhabie saying that the men who paid her tens of millions of dollars, we're talking about well over $52 million, her saying that those men should be locked up for supporting and subbing to her? Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.